I'm Mike Stover. I grew up in Everett, Mass. I'm 48 years old, and I'm a personal trainer.
And how did you get into personal training?
Well, there's an interesting story to it. I started off in prison. I got arrested when I was 21 years old. Yeah, I was in the Boston area, and I got caught up with some friends. Not some friends, I did it on my own. I knew some people that knew about cocaine. And at first I was like, I actually owned a repair shop before doing all this. Mm. So at 20 years old, I actually had a partner running an auto repair shop and how to fix cars.
Wow. Yeah.
So I was in Melrose, Mass at the time, and we went to we went to Arizona for a vacation, and we spent about a week there. He talked me into being a partner with them, but he wasn't giving me any salary. It was $10,000.
Oh, wow.
It was $10,000 to get into the business. This is in 1989. So he streamed me out there, and I was like, it's time for me to go home. I ran out of money. I fly home. I actually sell all my shit.
Was that to sell it to get a plane ticket?
Just get a plane ticket to come home. So now I get home, and I'm like, what am I gonna do for work? The guy just screwed me over.
Yeah.
I land home, back to my parents' house. The two of the guys that I went down with, they were hustling some stuff,
Yeah.
right? So I hooked up with them.
And are you now 21 or are you still 20?
I am 21? So it was around there.
Yeah.
So I was only in Arizona for 3 months. But I come home, so I must have been 21 because I was able to go to the bus.
Yeah.
So I hook up with these guys and start buying some cocaine and small amounts, quarter ounce.
Yep.
And 21 years old, all your friends from school.
Right.
And they're like, once they knew I had something, I blew up.
Yep.
I went from buying little quarter ounces to about 4.5 ounces per week, and making about $5 to $7 grand a week.
Wow.
At 21 years
Yep.
old. So things went. It was all in 8 months. And back then, the cell phones were those big brick things.
Yep. Yep.
A cell phone bill usually run me about $1,200 a month. $1 a
Now
month.
for making all the phone calls to sell.
A buck a call.
Yeah. A bucket call.
A buck a call. Very close friend of mine. His co-worker asked him if he can get some shit from me. I was like, I don't know.
It's a little sketchy.
Yeah, now it's starting to get, now it's getting sketchy,
Yeah.
right? So, you have that gut feeling something's not right? So he wanted me to get him 4.5 ounces. I was like,
And what does that sell for at the time?
about $1,400, somewhere around there, $1,200 to $1,400.
Wow.
And but you're doubling your money, tripling your money.
Yep.
Yeah,
I wonder where you got all your money from.
Oh yeah. They actually threw me out of the house.
Oh really?
Yeah. I don't blame them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing some stupid shit there. So actually, before they actually kicked me out. So the story goes how I got set up. So it was my friend, co-worker, once again in touch with me. Next thing you know, I don't know him. So I said, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's in front of yours, I'll do it. So next thing you know, I'm getting phone calls. It's from supposedly this guy. Ends up being a state trooper. I didn't know. State trooper. So
Now, the state trooper was undercover and you
Yes.
sold him? Is that what happened?
that's what happened. I had a Mustang Saline, 1989 Mustang Saline. And I was going to meet him in Charlestown, Mass. There's a place called the Shiraz Building. And it's a factory. I think they made it to townhouses or something, townhomes or whatever now. I'm not sure. But anyways, I go there. I have that really sick feeling. I mean, I'm ready to puke.
Yeah.
I know something's not right. So I go meet the guy. He gets in my car. He doesn't even have a scale with him. He goes, "It's all there." No, he did. Did he have a scale? Yeah. He goes, "It's all there, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, let me go get my money." I'm like, "You don't have any money on you?" Goes up. I see him do this. And next thing you know, I'm flooded with cops everywhere.
Ooh, guns drawn and everything?
there was so many lights.
Yeah, you probably
I
couldn't
mean,
see.
there was so many lights. I mean, it was just brutal. I was like, it was nighttime, lights everywhere, everything coming in. You know, and that's what they were doing. 1990, they were setting people up. You have to get at least 4.5 ounces to do a 10-year mandatory sentence. So they were out there. Governor Weld was out there pushing for 10-year minimum, minimum sentences.
Wow, they were cracking down.
They were cracking down, right? But I pleaded.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Before I can take it to trial, you know, supposedly it was entrapment, which it was.
Yep.
But you know how
Setting
that
up.
goes.
So you plead in court, and then what happens? What happens in court?
What happened was I was waiting to get bailed out. So it took me 3 months to get bailed out.
And where were you being held at the time for those 3 months?
I was in Nashua Street in Boston, Mass. So I'm sitting there waiting to, you know, get out. I finally sold my Celine to get my money.
Yep.
You know? They wouldn't go with a bail, $100,000 bail.
$100,000 bail?
Yep. And then they finally went down to 50. You know, my parents aren't gonna help me out.
Lord, yeah.
So 50,000. And then finally after 3 months, they're like throwing me out. They're like, I got $5,000 and they let me out for $5,000. And
Jesus.
yeah, so in between that time and doing my trial, I get myself into a motorcycle accident.
Jesus.
You saw that. I don't know if you saw that on my YouTube.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
But
We'll tag that link.
yeah, it's
Yep.
just, you know, things weren't going very well for me. You know, just one thing after another. So I
Yep.
break my leg in a motorcycle accident, and it takes me about a year to get myself back together, learn how to walk again.
Right.
And then they threw me back in jail. They was like, "What? You're done."
Did they wait till your
They waited.
leg was healed?
They pretty
So-
much. Yeah. They didn't want to be responsible for.
Yeah. Right. When it goes down.
Not so much that. They don't want to be paying for that.
No. Oh, that's
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I go into prison, 21 years old, and then I start doing all my courses, you know, so I get my GED,
Yep.
I get college courses, I do building certificates to college creds, all kinds of
Wow.
stuff. So I
Yep.
got myself busy
And you were 21 when you went in, right?
when I went in. Yeah.
And how long was the sentence supposed to be?
It was 5 years and a day, but I also had charges before all that. I used to drive around without a license. So I got caught like 3 times without a license, so they added on 6 months.
Wow.
So I had to
Now, did you serve those 5 years?
I served 5 years, 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was mandatory.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, that was 1990 for you. You know what I mean, now the same people, well, not the same people getting caught with that type of stuff now, from what I understand. You know, they're getting bailed out with like $1,000.
Oh, really?
That's what I said. I'm like, really? You know what I mean? It's so
$100,000
overcrowded.
bail.
Yeah. So I don't know what the time is anymore because
Yep.
I don't care. You know, that's way in my past. I'm 48 years old.
Yep.
So
Now, once, you know, days are going by while you're locked up, how do you keep yourself sane? What do you start to do?
well, it depends on what prison you're in.
Yeah.
So I started off in, let's see, when I got sentenced, they send you to Walpole, Mass. So I'm in with the big boys, murderers, everything. So you know you're in real prison when the state of Massachusetts that's written on the building is spelled with a V, not a U.
No way.
Yeah, I'm like, this ain't right. And you walk in, and they get everybody, all the guards are drawn with their guns.
At all times?
No, when
Or
you're
just
walking,
first you walk in,
when
gotcha.
you're walking in,
Yep.
you know, so you get this big thing, this, like a cat thing, a cat walk,
Yep.
and they're sitting there making sure you ain't doing nothing. So you go
Is
to,
that day one, as soon as you walk through those doors?
well, I had the 3 months that I did, that's part of my time.
Okay.
All right, so now I got like 4 years something to really do. So
Yeah.
the 3 months did get credit.
Right.
So going to prison with a broken leg, it was interesting. But I was start off in Walpole, then I went to, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. What was that Walpole? Yeah, Walpole. And then I went to Concord, Mass. That is a classification unit. You know, you're behind this huge wall. I was there for 3 months in there, and you know, when you see the weights, everything's outside, all
Yeah.
rusted, like shit's all busted up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You saw some big guys, stuff like that. I didn't start working out at that point because I was still nursing my leg.
Right.
It didn't happen until after they processed me to ship me to Barica, which is which is a county jail.
Right.
I'm a state prisoner. That ain't cool for me.
No.
You know what I mean? Because in prison, state prison, you get your TV, you get all your goods. You know what I mean? You get your shit. Not in county jail. So I was pissed off. No, I'm sitting there with guys that do the maximum 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You know, I would see people coming in and out while I'm still there. I spent a little over 2 years just there. They wouldn't want to move me out. So finally, after about 2.5 years, I went down to Plymouth Forestry Camp. Now that is a place to go. You're surrounded by woods. There's a pond. It was heaven for me.
Is this Plymouth, Mass?
Plymouth, Mass,
Yeah,
yes.
gotcha.
And those work crews that you see on the streets, I was one of them.
You're doing that?
I was doing that. I took care of Plymouth Plantation.
Wow.
So I have a nice sentimental thing about Plymouth. I go down every year because I took care of that place.
That's where,
I did all the lawn work, cleaning up all the cemeteries in that area. So it was nice down there. It was really nice. But I started to stop working out. And that was.
And what year was this when you started?
So now
Really
it's
hitting the gym.
now we're going to 1992. Starting to work out. You're tall. You know, 6'4". You're about the same height. We're high gainers. You know what I mean? Like, to pack on muscle, being lean, it's very difficult, especially in prison food.
I was gonna say, especially on the diet, right?
Yeah, it's like good luck. They'll feed you cake just for your calorie intake.
Wow.
So it's like, hey, you want more cake? You got your calories.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean? So you're eating garbage food. You can get the canteen, but where are you gonna get in canteen? They even tried giving us protein supplements, but they were cutting it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Barica they were.
To ration it out?
What they do, they're like, oh, you guys are getting too big. At the time, they were like, you know, we don't want any inmates getting big. We're like, well, I don't know, whatever you talk about.
Yeah.
So they actually would go in there, take it out, and put in other shit in there. And you could taste the difference.
Flour.
Yeah, something. We're like, what is
like
this
that.
shit? You're paying for it.
Wow.
But when I was down in Plymouth, that was a whole different story. That was a proper place to be.
Yeah.
You know, you felt like a human being too.
Right,
Because, you know, if you're fucked up and got into a fight, you got sent out of there. You're
Right.
going back behind the wall. You didn't want to do that. So some of the jobs I had, I mean, I used to go to a mental ward. That is, what town is it? Fuck, Bridgewater State.
Oh, I've
That's
heard
a
that,
big
yeah.
prison. That's a huge prison.
Right.
So they send me in there to the mental ward. That is a fucked up place.
Really?
You go in there because you're doing custodian stuff. Washing the floors, washing everything down. Everything's either plastic or rubber. Everybody's in their cells. Everybody's all fucked up on drugs. You know, they're like, hey, you see my boyfriend? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, when you looked out the windows were all slats of metal. You just got a peek.
Wow.
It's like
To the outside.
yeah, so it would be right down, so you can see through the window, but it was all metal slats.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so I didn't last long on that job. Got out of there, but working out.
And what were the workouts like while you were locked up? Did they have the equipment to do
Well,
full body stuff? You gotta
in
get
prison,
creative?
yeah, you know, you do have to be creative.
Yeah.
So I'd be doing squats and all that shit outside in the rain. You know, all kinds of rusty equipment.
Wow.
You know, old shit. You know what I mean? Old T-bar rows. You know, you other inmates holding your legs so you can do what do you call it? Yeah.
Crunches?
Reverse crunches for your back.
Yeah.
The hell it's called? I'm gonna brain fart.
Back extensions?
Yeah, back extensions. You know what I mean? So it's like the dumbbells, and you agreeing with other inmates because it was like a little shack, like a garage.
Right.
That everything
Oh,
was
so
all
where
set up.
everything was all-
Yeah, the gym.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And then it was outside in this little pit. So there was no internet, obviously, in 1995 to 97 while I was there. And Muscle Magazine and Flex, that was my information.
Now, did you know while you were locked up that you wanted to make this into a career?
No, not yet, because my body, I do have some pictures in there of where the real jail.
Right.
You know what I mean? We will sneak in the camera and got a few pictures and
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Yep.
send it out. But No, I was just trying to do my thing, and I talked to other mates. There was a guy that I looked up to. His name was Chuck. This black dude, all ripped up, all natural.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Great guy. Kept to himself, but he told me what supplements to take when I got home.
Yep. Gotcha.
You know
Once you got out?
Yeah, once I got
Gotcha.
out. So I looked up to him, and then when I got home, I started buying all this stuff from, it's called the American Nutrition Center out in Everett.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been with them for a long time. But as soon as I got home, I started doing steroids.
Yep. Now, what year did you get out of
1997.
prison to go home?
1997, I got out at 27 years old.
And what were you doing for work at the time? Once you got out?
So once I got home, little side jobs, not side jobs, but whatever I can get my hands on, because you're ex-con now.
Yeah.
I'm basically whoever will hire me, laborer. I did laboring for a paving company, for $400 a week. I think that translates to around $750 today's money.
Yep. Right.
But a mason for a few years,
Wow.
same amount of money, $400.
Really?
I'm like, so.
And were you living at home?
Yep, living home. I had like a cool attic, but I still had to go through the house.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I've been doing those type of jobs as I'm still working out, and now that I'm home, I start getting friends. They're like, wow, look at you, what you look like before and look at you now.
Right.
Now I got 5 years experience, over 5 years of working out experience in me. It just one at a time. You want to train me? You want to train me?
Oh, wow.
And next thing you know, I'm starting to train law enforcement. My friends.
No way.
The people that I hung out with prior to going to prison,
Right.
were my buddies.
Yep.
Next thing you know, they're all fucking cops, dude. So I started training some of my friends that are cops, and their family and friends, and next thing you know, I'm on my own.
Right.
It started snowballing, and I've been a personal trainer ever since.
So when you started drawing your friends and training your police officer friends and all that stuff, did you know it was at that moment that you knew it was going to be a career? Or did
It was going really well.
Yeah.
Now, I had up to 30 clients. I was busy.
And how long from the moment you got out, from just one or two friends here to scale up to 30, how long did that take?
Probably with about a year and a half.
Wow, in a year.
Yeah.
And it was all just through word of mouth?
Yep.
Wow.
Matter of fact, the same kid that let me use his Jeep
Yep.
back in the day, I knew his other friend that used to be a correctional officer. That when I got home, he opened up his own gym.
Oh, wow.
So he wanted me to work for him. He goes, I don't want you any bigger than 215.
Yep.
He goes, I see where you're going. He goes, I want you lean, ripped up, and that's what my clients want.
Yep.
I said, that's fine. I trained them, but I didn't listen to them, and then I started doing steroids. And then all hell broke loose.
So how much did you weigh from the moment you began steroids to after the fact? How much weight did you put on?
So I came home at 215, and then with the supplements and all that good stuff, I lost some weight. It's just because it was all racing.
Yep.
My body wasn't used to that. I'm used to prison food.
Right.
And then once I got a taste of steroids, the first one I can get my hands on. Now this is back in '97, guys. So it's not like the internet. You could just get all your information, do your research, what works with that. It's whoever had done steroids to give me information.
Right.
And some of the information wasn't good, obviously. I shouldn't have done it in the first place. But anyways, I took a steroid called Winstrol V, and it cut me down. I went down to 192, very low body fat. And then I was like, nah, I want to go the other way. I want to get huge. Yep.
And what was your goal weight?
Weight in mind? It wasn't a goal weight, but now think of wrestling, 1997 up to 2000, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
He's like 6'2", I'm 6'4". And he was the guy I wanted to be like that size. I had the shaved head.
Right.
So all the kids in my neighborhood would call me Stone Cold. But I wanted to be sort of that size, but the steroids, you don't know how it reacts to your body.
Right.
And
how did it react to your body?
It reacted to my body. I grew like a motherfucker. I got huge. I got stupid big.
Yeah.
But as soon as I started taking it, I would notice heart palpitations, sweating all the time.
Yep.
Ended up having a heart attack. 33 years old, heart attack.
Wow.
And I got up to 296 pounds.
296 pounds?
296.
And is that when you had the heart attack?
No, actually I had the heart attack around 260. But as soon as I hit 260, the medications after doing the steroids kept getting me bigger and bloated and just huge.
Now, as you're doing steroids, are you still training clients?
I am.
Gotcha.
So I've been training people. I'm still training people. So I had a good thing going, but as people get older, you start losing them.
Yep.
My friends at law enforcement, they're getting older, and to get new clients all the time, and to start training, I don't like newbies.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't
like people who've never been to the gym before.
Because once you start doing legs, and they don't want to deal with you no more.
Yeah.
Because they're like, my ass hurts. I'm like, that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, but that's fine. I'd rather take somebody that's working out into intermediate level,
Yep.
you know, and take them to the next level. Even pros, I take people that have been bodybuilding for years, and I'll critique their workouts. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You know, as people just the worst thing is doing the exercise wrong.
Right.
And people that are in the gym, all you young guys, right? You see your friends working out, you think that's the way you're supposed to work out. You know, it's either have an ego because you want to put up 315.
Right.
Why don't you just do 185 or 225 and get a developed chest?
That's a good advice.
You know what I mean?
There, that's really
because
good
that's the
advice.
problem with everybody.
Yep.
You go in the gym, it's an ego thing. I can do this.
Right.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
You know what happens later on in life? You get fucking, I know I'm swearing, sorry buddy.
No, you're good.
But,
bring it on.
But C4, C5 damage,
Yep.
light clots, all kinds of shit happens to your body. You know, if you're gonna be in the workout for years, you know, I've been working out now for almost 30 years.
Wow.
So, you know, your body takes a toll, and when you're young, you recover faster, which is true.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, you develop quick if you eat right.
Yep.
You know, you'll develop quickly. But if you're a high gainer, you know, that was I had to cheat.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I didn't want to be 215. I didn't want to be 205. I didn't want to be whatever. I wanted to be jacked.
Yep. Right.
That was my goal, because I kept reading Flex magazine.
Yeah,
that was my
That's the thing.
that was the thing.
Yep.
So, but yeah, been personal training still. But the thing with personal training, you have to have your own clientele. You can't just work for a gym.
Right.
You know, you work for a gym, they give you so and so.
Client list and all that.
They stop coming. It's just so frustrating. But that's what you have to do as a beginner.
Right. So what do you recommend? I know, you know, the people seeing this that are just starting to get into personal training and stuff like that, and maybe have to work to a gym, but how do you scale your client list and grow your client list while not working under a gym?
So what happened to me was I just happened to find people that were law enforcement,
Yeah.
you know, and word of mouth from them to their family and friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
And were you knocking on doors? It was
No,
just in the
no,
gym. Just,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all in gym. I belonged to Gold's Gym in Everett, Mass.
Yep.
You know, that was a big gym. Everybody was a juice head.
Yep.
You know what I mean, that was the gym to be. If you wanted like that hardcore gym, that was the place to be. That was awesome.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I say that in awesome as the weights are incredible. You know, your equipment was awesome, and just a massive amount of people that were just big people. It's just something to see. But when you look back on it 20 years, you're like, this one had a heart attack, that one's dead, that one's dead. Look at all those guys, Paul DeMeo, I don't know if you know these guys, Mike Matarazzo, all those guys grew up in my area, all dead.
And was that because of steroids and stuff?
Steroids,
Wow.
for the most part. I think one died from heroin or something. But when you get injured, there's nowhere to go.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's such an ego and mental thing that you're this big, and then when you start seeing yourself not the man you used to be, it's just like a girl trying to lose weight.
Yep.
You know, if she's already skinny, she's just still doing that.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up thing.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And when you're a bodybuilder and you look a certain way,
Yep.
the attention's incredible. You might get goofed on too behind your back. I know I did. Some people were fucking goofing on me.
Really?
Because I'll see guys today, I'm like, really? Only because I've been there, done that. I know what's gonna happen to that
Right.
person.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And I'm like, I look like a clown. If that guy only weighs X amount of weight and I was, 30 pounds heavier than him, what did I look like? So you look like a clown.
Yep.
You do. You know what I mean?
What's the what would you say the hardest part about being a personal trainer is, career-wise?
It's keeping the people.
It's keeping people.
It's keeping the people. You know, this is why now as I get older, I also buy and sell cars as well.
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna have a lot of downtime. As for holidays, birthdays, you're an independent worker.
Right.
I only have so much clientele, and if they don't have the money to pay me, then they don't see me.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
so my backup thing is I've been buying and selling cars because I have that in my background. I
Yep.
used to be a mechanic.
Right.
So doesn't mean that I still work on cars. I don't like working on cars, but I know what's wrong with cars, and I have friends that help me out. I get a discount price, and
Yeah.
I'm able to flip cars and make money as well.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
Any kind of putting you on the spot here to wrap it up, but any kind of words of wisdom or advice for the kids just starting out and want to make a career of this, since you've been down that road already?
It's just find a good place. It's hard work. It really is hard work. You gotta get your name out there. You know, you gotta know what you're doing, and that takes time. I'm gonna give you an example. And I'm disgusted by it, and I shouldn't be. I am. It's all right. One of our gyms, there's a personal trainer, and he's overweight.
Yeah.
It's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You see an overweight trainer that's bigger than their clients.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Absolutely.
Look the part, know what the hell you're talking about. That's okay. You gotta know the body, you know. So that comes in hand sooner or later. Like you have to know people's positions as for where to stand, their height, their hand placement, all
Right.
kinds of stuff. And as you get more intelligent and more involved with other people, the more experience you get, the shortcuts to take to get that person where they need to be
Yep.
will come in. So when I see people at the gym, I'm like, oh, I cringe just by the movements that they're doing. I'm like,
Right.
if I can just,
Minor tweaks.
yeah, just
I mean,
minor tweaks
yeah.
and they'll be good to go. It's just, I can't train everybody,
Yep. Right.
you know? But to stay with it, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't take it as a real job. I just
Yeah,
got lucky.
right.
I just got lucky, and what I'm doing now is learning how to be a stock option trader. And
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
nice.
I'm gonna be 50. When I'm train 50-year-olds.
Right,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? My body's, shit the bed. I'm hurting.
Right. Yep. So that's the next move, going to the stocks.
Yeah, as still buy and sell cars.
Yep.
It's a hustle, and because I want to work for myself. I don't
Right.
work for anybody.
Yep. That's awesome.
It's a tough thing to work for somebody. When you've been used to being on your own for all these years, there's nothing like it.
Right.
You get some free time, you do all your errands and
Right.
enjoy yourself. So,
Yep.
but
Oh yeah.
I have to travel too, guys. This ain't. If you're in the city, I know some people that do very well with college kids.
Right.
If you're in the area,
Yeah.
you can make a ton of money.
Yep.
But once you're out of college and they're out of college, then
It disappears. Yeah.
it disappears a little
Yeah.
bit and people move on. So it's always new people coming in your life.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh, we'll have to do a little part two with the stocks sometime soon. Once you down on that.
I'm just starting to learn.
Definitely.
I'll hook you up with my course as well.
Oh yeah.
I'll give it to you.
I appreciate
I'll
that.
learn. But if you're gonna do personal training, look for something else as well.
That's good advice.
You know what I mean? Because unless you're working for another company and they're keeping you busy, I don't think you're gonna get paid what you think you're gonna get paid
Right.
working for somebody else.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
being on your own, do your thing, just be good at it.
I love it. Thank you so much. Let
Thank
us
you
in
for
your
having
house,
me.
your
I
home.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Subscribe to
I'm the Baldadonis.
That's what we're talking
Yep,
about.
that's right, Baldadonis.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.